That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
A collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins.
J.K. Dobbins.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 116 yards, and a trip to the end zone.
Well, this is where it becomes a challenge for the offensive coordinator. He's got a bell cow at tailback right now, number 3 in the league in rushing, within shouting distance of the lead. But at the same time, if the passing game is open, he's going to take advantage of that, too.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A gain of 23 yards.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the second round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? Be able to get him in the second round, that's what I call a steal.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
This will be caught at about the 5. And the Ravens are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Here's Jackson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
On 1st down, Parks firing quickly here, and that's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of people thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
At the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Second and
a free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
On second down, it's Hunt. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, Parks, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Ravens have got it. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And, Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us. Looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that and what they believe in. And for them, it's every single snap.
And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Marquise Brown.
Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 20.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense.
And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. So you can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you. Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They run with Hunt. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
To Kareem Hunt.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins.
And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Dobbins on the carry.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Jackson on the keeper. A gain of 30.
Oh, Lamar Jackson just so electric, Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there.
You know something? I'm standing up here in the booth next to you watching the play, He buckled my ankles on that one as well. It doesn't matter whether you're actually on the field trying to chase him or you're just watching him play. This guy is sheer excitement.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we've seen both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Number 80. A 2-yard touchdown grab as the Ravens push further out in front. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Returning it, Johnson. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Parks. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because
pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
A 6-yard.
Someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Taking on the midfield logo. A good return there, 17 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Dobbins. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
19-yard line.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Parks throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Kareem Hunt, the ball carrier, brought down at the 35-yard line. It's a gain.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Operating from the gun, Parks. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
They've broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line.
The football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. And he's got this down to the 35. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Over 30 yards there, and first downs on 3 consecutive plays now.
Oh, I think we all understand his disappointment. Didn't quite get to the end zone, and you know it's just got to be tough to see a yard line underneath you after.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats, but what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Throwing on first down. Parks. And he completes it to Hunt. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. On 1st and 10, Parks. And finding the tight end Hooper. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
To throw on 2nd down, Parks. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is fielded at the 27. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. He's in his zone, second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for... And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Man open left side is Brown. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
At the 9-yard line.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. But you say 3 rushing touchdowns and, of course, throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
Their own 27-yard line.
Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball? But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is caught. Boy, how about that one? He reeled it in one-handed for a touchdown. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be 1st and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play and that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
We have hit halftime. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter.
Round 7.
The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the... The Browns drive about to get started. On first down, Parks looking left side. That's caught by Landry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 28-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. From the gun, Parks to the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
On the run, this is Hunt. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense can go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Quarterback taken down and sacked.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
Go. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Hey, let's get in them holes.
Operating from the gun, Parks, and that is incomplete. The passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads would be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done. It's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Browns set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
Brought down at the
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21.
From the gun, Parks firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Austin Hooper.
That right there, career catch number 541, and that's significant because it ties him with Hall of Famer Kellen Winslow also obviously played the tight end position.
Yeah, and helped revolutionize it when he was in San Diego. But how about what we're seeing right here? You're talking about 541 catches at the tight end position. You talk about lofty territory, rare air. He has a lot to be proud of in his career.
Still third down.
Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Operating from the gun, Parks, and he's got his man. That's Landry. The 20, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jarvis Landry hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. And now here come the Ravens. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line.
Complete.
A big play that time for the Ravens. 53 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. Silver. 94.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He's to the 10, and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab, and the Ravens continue to pour it on.
And this is obviously quite a performance, and most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there halftime, actually.
You think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. A gain of 13, it's a first down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it, but a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. They'll contain him to just 4, second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Looking to throw on second down. Parks quickly into the hands of Beckham. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 32-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
On first down, Hunt. And down inside the 15 he goes. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. That's complete right around the 8.
And the Browns are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Get ready. Mike 6. Mike 6.
They'll try to run with Hunt, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kareem Hunt with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns able to get this one back to within at least some measure of respectability.
Is good.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner.
62.
You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. 75 yards. And the Ravens add on. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2.
Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
It's a gain.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
At the 33-yard line.
From the gun, Parks.
He'll get this one underneath to Hunt.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
So this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd in just about a few inches here.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 31-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Parks. That's caught over the middle, Hooper. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Here's a 1st down throw that's complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
To give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
They'll run. This is Hunt. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Running the jet sweep, Landry. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's third and goal.
It's now third and goal.
From the gun, Parks. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Butker's kick here is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. On the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Ravens ready to take over. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team to add a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. That's always puzzled me a little bit.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
First down.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. The
40-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Another run here with Dobbins. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll give them a fresh set of downs.
First down.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be getting a whole lot of...
Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Taken about 7 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because There are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And down he goes. A coverage sack. Took too long to get rid of it. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Operating from the gun, Parks. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. That catch good for only a couple. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, 1st down. From the gun, Parks. And he's got his man on the out route. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
Today's final score.
A big offensive explosion helped.